and Fisheries. Thank you, Doctor.
Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs.
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, I beg today the Ministerial Policy Statement for the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, financial year 2022-23, for votes 007, vote 102, the Electoral Commission, vote 105, the Uganda Law Reform Commission, vote 106, the Uganda Human Rights Commission, vote 109, the Law Development Center, vote 119, the Uganda Registration Services Bureau, and vote 133, Public Prosecutions, and vote 148, the Judicial Service Commission. I beg today.
Thank you. To refer to the Committee of Legal and Parliamentary Affairs.
Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay on table the Ministerial Policy Statement for vote 008, Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay on table the Ministerial Policy Statement, vote 130, Treasury Operations. I beg to lay.
Thank you.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay on table the Ministerial Policy Statement for National Planning Authority, vote 108 for financial year 2022-2023.
Thank you. It's referred to the Committee of Finance, Planning and Economic Committee of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Minister of Internal Affairs.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I beg to lay the Ministerial Policy Statement for the Minister of Internal Affairs for financial year 2022-2023, covering votes 009, Minister of Internal Affairs Headquarters, vote 120, National Citizenship and Immigration Control, vote 144, Uganda Police Force, vote 145, Uganda Prison Service, vote 135, Government Analytical Laboratory, and vote 137, National Identification and Registration Authority. I beg to lay.
Thank you. The policy statement stands referred to Committee of Defense and Internal Affairs.
Minister of Education and Sports.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the Ministerial Policy Statement for financial year 2022-23 for the Minister of Education and Sports. I beg to lay.
Now,
the report will come to the committee, and I knew you wanted to make the members know that you are around and you're a member of the committee. Tourism.
Coming, Right Honorable Speaker.
Pardon?
It's on its way here, Right Honorable Speaker. Oh, of course, I'm also disappointed by the technical team because they should have been ready by now, but it's on its way. By the time these are concluded.
Honorable members, front desk, I have been reminding you about the deadline. If you people are not ready to take up the task that the president has given you, why don't you resign? Huh? It is a deadline that you cannot amend. Honorable Chief Whip, I want a response on what is happening on your people. And if you don't bring a policy statement, we will not work on your budget. Minister of Gender, we don't mind even if you don't come, send somebody to lay it.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the Ministerial Policy Statement Financial Year 2022-2023, Vote 018, Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development. I beg to lay.
Thank you, Honorable Samo. The policy statement stands referred to Committee of Gender, Labour and Social Development. Trade. Science and Technology.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. As you are aware, His Excellency the President transferred the operations of the Ministry of Science and Technology and Innovation to the Presidency.
Honorable Minister, I've not heard what you're saying. You have the statement? Please lay the statement.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members. In accordance with the Section 13, subsection 13 of the Public Finance Management Act 2015 as amended, I have the honor to lay on table the Ministerial Policy Statement for the Presidency, which includes the following votes. Vote 001, Office of the President. Vote 002, State House. Vote 023, Ministry of Kampala Capital City and Metropolitan Affairs. Vote 107, Uganda AIDS Commission. Vote 112, Ethics and Integrity. Vote 158, Internal Security Organization. And vote 159, External Security Organization. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay.
Thank you. Thank you. The policy statement stands referred to Committee of Presidential Affairs. Thank you for the policy statement. Auditor General.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much. We took a decision in this Parliament to create a vote for science and technology. Parliament resolved. Can the minister tell us whether that decision was defied and therefore that sector does not require any funding?
Government.
Right Honorable Speaker, we received the resolution of Parliament and we are still consulting about it. But today is for laying papers. Today is for laying papers and we are still consulting and we shall be reporting back to the House, Right Honorable Speaker.
That matter was actually referred to the Rules Committee to see how we harmonize. But there was a decision in this House that science and technology should be under President's office with its own vote. With its own vote under President's office, not State House. Yes, and it is there. That is what is happening. No, they have a vote under President's office, not under State House. They have ICT, doctor.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members. In accordance with Section 13 of the Public Finance and Management Act, I beg to lay on the table the Ministerial Policy Statement for financial year 2022-23 for the Ministry of Information, Communications Technology and National Guidance. And this covers the following agencies: NITAU, Uganda Communications Commission, UBC, Uganda Post Limited, Uganda Institute of Information and Communication Technology. I beg to lay, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Doctor. The policy statement stands referred to Committee of ICT. Office of the President. It is the same.
Office of the
Prime Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I beg to lay on table the Ministerial Policy Statement for the financial year 2020-2023, Vote 3, Office of the Prime Minister. I beg to lay.
Thank you. The policy statement stands referred to Committee of Presidential Affairs, Lands, Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development,
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the Ministerial Policy Statement and Budget. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the Ministerial Policy Statement and Budget Estimates for the financial year 2022-2023 for the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development. I beg to lay.
Thank you. The committee stands, the policy statement stands referred to Committee of Fiscal Infrastructure, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Affairs,
Right Honorable Speaker, the Minister is on the way.
Now, for you who came at 2, you mean you didn't have any other work to do? Now, we who come here at 2, don't we have any other work to do? Members, let's have respect for each other.
Right Honorable, I share your frustration. I share your frustration.
Minister of East Africa and Community Affairs.
Same story, Right Honorable Speaker.
Minister of Water and Environment.
The one of East African Affairs never been here.
Minister of Water and Environment.
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, I wish to lay on the table the Ministerial Policy Statement for Water and Environment for the financial year 2022-23. It entails vote 019 and vote 150 for National Environment Management Authority, vote 157 National Forest Authority, vote 109 Meteorological, Uganda National Meteorological Authority. I beg to lay.
Thank you, Mama Mabera. The policy statement stands referred to Committee of Natural Resources and Environment. Thank you. Works and Transport. Yes, General.
Honorable Speaker and members, I beg to lay on table the Ministerial Policy Statement for the Minister of Works and Transport for the financial year 2022-2023, covering the following votes. Vote 016 for Minister of Works, vote 113 for Uganda National Road Authority, vote 118 for Uganda Road Fund, and vote 609 for local government. I beg to lay.
Thank you. The policy statement stands referred to Committee of Fiscal Infrastructure. The Inspectorate of Government.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the policy statement for the Inspectorate of Government, vote 103 for the financial year 2022-2023. I beg to lay.
Thank you, Lily. The policy statement stands referred to Committee of Legal and Parliamentary Affairs. Treasury operations. It was finished. Public Service Commission. It was finished. Okay.
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members of Parliament, I beg to lay the Ministerial Policy Statement for the financial year 2022-2023, vote 146, the Public Service Commission. I beg to lay.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. The policy statement stands referred to Committee of Public Service and Local Government. Any other that has come? Yes. That's Kampala City Authority. Kampala City Authority. Kampala City Authority.
No. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, I beg to lay the Ministerial Policy Statement for vote 122, Kampala Capital City Authority, financial year 2022-2023. I beg to lay.
Thank you, KCCA. The policy statements are referred to Committee of Presidential Affairs. Any other policy statements? We have trade, they have not laid. Gender did. Who else? East Africa, yes.
Madam Speaker, the minister responsible for East African affairs is one of the Prime Minister's deputies. it will be a very big failure for the Prime Minister not to supervise her deputies. And now that she's here, can she either lay or tell us why this particular minister never attends to Parliament?
Enos.
Madam Speaker, the rules are very clear. The order paper is telling us to lay papers, but it's not telling us, it does not give us a provision to ask questions or even debate. So I believe my honorable colleague is wrong to ask the Prime Minister questions when we are laying papers as per the order paper.
Honorable Enos, these papers are laid, referred to the sectoral committees. Sectoral committees will harmonize what you looked at the National Budget Framework paper together with a ministerial statement aligned with the NDP and then report back. They are basically laying. So we don't have for tourism, trade, foreign affairs, Auditor General, and East Africa. Madam Leader of Government Business, those are the statements we don't have.
Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues, good afternoon. Right Honorable Speaker, laying our policy statements here is a constitutional requirement. And I know I have just talked to the Minister for Tourism out there. He's waiting for his technical people to bring. And two, I believe by the end of this session, because they are all aware that today is the deadline, and I believe they are coming. It's only that they have delayed. That Honorable Speaker, I've tried to whip because having all those members here. Then to my brother, I think I would just invite you for a cup of tea.
Honorable members, there's a document being laid by the Minister of Finance. Honorable Minister of Finance, just lay your document.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. I beg to lay on table a motion for a resolution of Parliament to authorize domestic borrowing amounting to 2.049 trillion shillings to finance supplementary expenditure under Schedule 1 and which was passed by Parliament. I beg to lay.
We refer that motion and the request to Committee of National Economy, and they will report back to the House. Honorable members and the ministers who have been able to lay their statements, I want to thank you so much. Thank you for the commitment, and thank you for abiding by the statutory date. The members, the institutions, the ministries that have not laid on table their statements. Remember, it's a statutory requirement. We will need an explanation to this House in writing. This House needs an explanation in writing. Yes.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. First of all, I would like to appreciate the front benchers across your right that were able to meet the statutory requirement and laid their MPSs here. That said and done, Right Honorable Speaker, and the Prime Minister, who has not pretended over her duties, should not be indulging in your business now, but should listen. Two issues, namely, the other time you ordered that the opposition will respond on by 29th. Now that the ministers are laggards in this business, would it be okay if you vacated that position to allow us space to receive these slow movers, Right Honourable Speaker? Two, Right Honourable Speaker, we received the budget framework paper, which was referred to the Committee for Budget, together with the alternative, and we are processed. And a number of issues changed. Right Honourable Speaker, we do not know without a final budget framework paper document what we are receiving now, Right Honourable Speaker. Two, we received a charter of fiscal responsibility together with the alternative upon which the Committee for Budget reported, including multiple variations. We do not have the revised charter tabled and a revised BFP tabled. Right Honourable Speaker, what are the ministers laying without having the final documents tabled? Right Honourable Speaker, I envisage there is a very serious procedural flaw. I actually thought that today the Minister of Finance would seek space and lay those final documents before laying those the policy statements, Right Honourable Speaker. Because we are dealing with another problem, the Committee for Budget, where appropriation and accountability were mishandled, and here we are again sitting on another problem that would really border on illegality, Right Honourable Speaker.
Yes, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker, and the Honourable Leader of Opposition for ceding space. Okay, right Honourable Leader of Opposition, if you want, my friend Honourable Mpuga. I know the laws and the rules of procedure provide for the other side to give us alternative policy statements, but I'm not very certain that the rules clearly say that when you provide the alternatives, we must necessarily amend what the government has brought. Could you clarify maybe which rule requires us to amend what we have brought after you have submitted your alternatives, so that you say we have not complied with a particular rule? Yes, I am senior, that's why I'm asking him.
Right Honourable Speaker, with due respect to the Honourable Minister of Information.
Rule 147 says the shadow minister may submit the alternative policy. May submit the alternative policy statements to Parliament by 29th of the month. And this is also indicated. The date of 29th is indicated. And that's why I communicated to you that we should have it on 29th. I appreciate what you're going through, but these dates were set by you and me.
Thank you for your guidance, Right Honourable Speaker. The background to that procedure.
But there's something that has not been clarified. What is asking about the revised BFP and then the charter, fiscal charter? No, it's not doctor to do it, it is finance.
Yeah, but initially to tell the Honourable Doctor that he did not understand what I said. Yeah.
Right Honorable Speaker, regarding the budget framework paper, the law requires the House to approve the budget framework paper before it leaves this House. And indeed, the House approved the BFP for this medium term. And based on that approval, we went ahead to prepare the policy statement. Now, there was no deadline as to when we should deliver or lay on table the final document incorporating the proposals from the House. We are working on those recommendations to incorporate them in the final document, which we shall lay on table. We have been under pressure to make sure that we deliver the policy statement within the dictates of the law, because we could not go beyond this day. It has been a lot of work since when the budget framework paper was approved. In the same vein, we are dealing with the Charter of Fiscal Responsibility to incorporate the new changes, and we shall lay the final document on this table in the very near future. Thank you so much.
You know, Honorable Speaker, sometimes we need someone with the humility to address gaps when we are working. The Minister of Finance is aware that 3 issues are fundamental in laying any budget documents, namely that the budget must be aligned to the NDP, the Charter, and the budget framework paper. So without these in finality, what are the MPSs aligned to, Minister of Finance? Because if Parliament received and through the committee revised, advised, and laid a document, the basic requirement is that you go and work on government, on the parliamentary proposals and come up with the final document, which must anchor your policy statement. The Parliament, the committee handled the Charter. Before you know it, you are going to table the bills, the taxation bills, without a final Charter. But, Honourable Speaker, the Honourable Minister should be humble and do not take us into sentiments. We are dealing with a very serious procedural flaw. Let him talk about a remedy before we hand the final budget. I don't think clearly that...
Actually, look, that's what he's saying, that he's going to lay the Charter. He accepts that there is a flaw and he's going to lay the Charter. He did. He used to be a chairman of a very good committee, and was one of the best chairpersons. He's going to, Minister, you need to lay the Charter and then the revised BFP, so that we can give to the committees to harmonize with what has been sent to the committees. Much as...
Right Honourable Speaker, we shall do the laying. In fact, we have to lay the final budget estimates by 1st April.
Yes.
So as we lay the final budget estimates, we shall make sure that the budget framework paper and the Charter of Fiscal Responsibility accompany those estimates.
Thank you, members. The budget framework, the ministerial statements are here. Get the ministerial statements for your committees. Look at them, harmonize them with the BFP, and then the fiscal charter that will come, the revised one, and then you will have to report back to this House. And based on that, I adjourn the House and dine.